Alfred Flores.
There are certain circumstances where officers must use deadly force. But in this particular case, the DA says that the evidence shows these charges are warranted without reasonable doubt.
All right. So where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, as regards Mr. Flores' case, I believe all discovery that the state is aware of is uploaded into his file evidence repository. I have also, as there are co-defendants in this matter, there's a discrepancy between what Mr. Flores has available and his two co-defendants. I've already brought that up to counsel. We're working on a solution to it where I will personally give everyone everything by copying what I've downloaded and been working with today. And one firm has provided me a hard disk to provide a copy. The other one will get me one today, and we will make that available to all parties equally by the end of the week.
All right. Your reset date for discovery is going to be February 26th. At that time, all discovery needs to be in.
One other issue that the state is still working on, Your Honor. The deceased complainant in this matter had a treatment period at Starlight Recovery in Kerrville. I've made efforts to obtain those documents. They are now bumping me back as a federal HIPAA violation. I anticipate it's taking the state some time to work through that. I'm not saying I won't have it by the February 26th date, but I am attempting to bring it to the court's attention. We expect the deceased mindset to be an issue at trial. And so that is why we're trying to proceed aggressively to get those documents from the treatment facility.
All right. So they've been subpoenaed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
They're rebutting the subpoena, so we're trying to work it out.
All right. Anything else other than the complainant's medical records?
Judge, from the defense, just for the court's consideration on the given February date, we're going to work within those parameters, but there's the possibility that it might not be complete by then. Between the last discovery volley and this one, it's gone from 800 items to 1,394. So to be able to appropriately review all these things and decide what is or isn't missing still, it's going to take a considerable amount of time.
All right. And are you the only attorney who knows that it's 1,394? Will the other attorneys know that as well?
They will know that number as well.
Okay.
It's 1,394.
Actually, 1,377, but defendant Flores is the one that got that matter. The other two have somewhat lesser amounts, which is why I'm going to equalize it to all. Judge.
All right. So you're telling me that everybody is going to have everyone's discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll come back on February 26th. That'll be discovery at 9 a.m. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And SPD records show Flores had at least 4 prior suspensions dating back to 2018. The 14-year veteran was disciplined for several issues during that 5-year time period. That includes leaving his assigned section on duty without permission, taking more breaks than allowed, and leaving evidence from a call in the back of his patrol car for several weeks.
All right. Who's here on Nathaniel Villalobos?
Oh,
All right. So where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, to the best of the state's knowledge, all discovery we have in our possession has been made available to all 3 defendants, specifically defendant Villalobos.
And my understanding from our last setting is the discovery would be shared. So all 3 defendants would have each other's discovery. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. And actually the facts and the allegation happened simultaneously across all 3 defendants. So it's really the same thing, but out of an abundance of caution, everything has been provided to every defendant. As I stand here today, there are 2 items that are of interest to all parties, state and defendants, that are not in state possession. They're in possession of private entities. that I am still working to obtain.
And what two items are these?
The deceased in this case had a resident treatment at a Starlight Recovery in Kerrville for about 30 days in calendar year 22. We have issued subpoenas for it, and we're trying to resolve some HIPAA issues to resolve that. And what was the other? And I am making the same inquiries of Child Protective Services records for children that the deceased had with her ex-husband and obtaining those. I'll expect when those come in, I'll file them with the court with the requisite protective order and then go from there. But those I obviously don't expect to be as big a problem.
All right. And with regards to the CPS records, what deadline did they give you?
Have not actually had a deadline, Judge. I've been working my way down to find the existence of them. And now that I know that they identify, I'll make them direct. I'll let the court know and today with a specific request.
All right. Any other discovery other than those two items?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
We have requested an audit of the evidence.com program, asking who has requested, who from the police department viewed, looked at the body cams or anything else before the arrest, starting from the day of the incident all the way to now. And those are in the possession of the police department, San Antonio Police Department.
And that was discussed between the parties earlier today. I will make that request. I've already sent a message to the handling detective before making this appearance. There was an additional issue. Any still photographs that the state has made and tendered has made based off the available body cam footage that may ultimately be before a jury. I will provide those items, and I believe there may be some more particularized requests from defendant Alejandro when his counsel are present.
All right. So with regards to the requests that the defense is making, how long is that going to take?
I don't have a time frame, Judge. I just sent that communication to the handling detective because there are approximately 54 individual body cam footages. Obviously, we expect it to be limited to a smaller group, but anyone in the department that may have looked at or viewed that, and I'm just trying to find out how long it would take to gather that for every body cam footage, every body cam video. I don't know.
All right. Anything else?
Not from us.
All right. This is what's going to happen. This case is coming back on April 29th. On April 29th, all the discovery needs to be turned in. All parties need to be prepared to sign off on discovery. If they're not prepared to sign off on acknowledgement of discovery, then what you will need to do is you will need to file a motion specifically stating what discovery is outstanding and what discovery you do not have. And then state on that date, you need to be prepared also to tender an offer to defense.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome for court.
Your Honor.
Eliza Alejandro.
May I approach just quickly regarding all the solace?
Mhm.
And it's my saying he has called no he is the attorney. He is hired. So I just want to let the court know.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Just give me one moment.
Alejandro, a 5-year veteran, had 3 prior suspensions, all reported during the year of 2020. Police disciplinary documents show the reasons for Alejandro's suspensions included failure to arrest a driver with active warrants, using profanity, and causing damage at a home while responding to a call.
All right. Is this the same
Yes, ma'am.
case? So where are we on discovery?
We have filed a motion to inspect the hammer, and counsel has represented that he's going to arrange a meeting to have all the parties do that. In addition to that, he's going to allow view any other physical items of evidence that.
All right, so I don't have the motion to inspect, but my understanding state that you're going to allow them to inspect whatever needs to be inspecting.
Yes, Your Honor, we will try to seek a date that'll work for all three and view evidence desired. We'll work off the particulars between the parties.
All right, next.
We have found a motion to take the deposition of an individual who is homeless. And the reason for that is we believe that given his physical health, he may not be available for trial. I don't know what the state's position is going to be, but we may need a hearing on that.
All right, so who is this witness? And do they have medical issues that maybe they won't be available for trial?
The specific individual is a witness that lived in the home the night of the acts that led to the indictment. A Santos, his last name fails me right now. He was interviewed and a statement was provided by police night of. Since that time, he relocated at Haven for Hope. My office is looking for him now to make him available. Once we do that, we will make sure that the parties are aware. I don't.
All right, I don't sign off on depositions unless you all are going to present something to the court that, one, you believe this person is not going to be available for a trial. Maybe they have a medical issue. I don't know what his issues or circumstances are. So I don't have enough information to sign off on allowing, if that's the request from the defense, for me to order that there be a deposition taken. I don't have anything of that nature. So if you all have some information for me related to that, and it appears that this person may or may not be available at time for jury trial, then the witness can be brought in and you all will have a chance to direct and cross.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else? And I'm sorry, the witness's name, Santos de la Rosa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then
Just one moment. Let me write this on the docket sheet. All right, yes.
And then the state was going to provide extract of JPEGs from the videos.
This refers to still photos I've made in my own inspection. I will make those available to all parties today.
Okay. And these are the photos from the body cam?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, next.
Trying to pull up my list, Judge. I had a list of 11 items, and I believe that I was going to send a letter to Mr.
All right, make sure you send the letter.
to
And if there's an issue with state, you saying you don't have that information, the information doesn't exist, then you all need to come in before the April 29th date, if that's the issue.
yes, and I can say to the court that when I've worked with Mr. Harris and exchanged that communication, it's been fruitful, and if it's not, I'll advise the court.
All right. All right, so we're going to come back on April 29th, and on April 29th, states you need to be prepared to tender an offer, and everybody needs to be prepared to sign off on an acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Chief William McManus says Perez was experiencing a mental health crisis when officers encountered her while responding to a call last month. Now, Perez was holding a hammer when the officers shot her through a patio window and door. But the chief says the officers did not follow department training or policy at the time.
Alfred Flores. All right, so where are we on discovery with this case?
And Your Honor, if I may briefly summation, the same these representations have been made The audit trail information, which I'm still trying to find, will be made available to Defendant Flores when it's resolved, as well as the still photos from body cam. I will make those available as well as today. And when Defendant Alejandro provides that list of 11, the response will be shared also with Defendant Flores.
All right, so the same discovery issues for the previous accused are the same in this
Yes.
cause as well?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else other than what previous defense attorneys have stated?
No, Judge. We're just working to also resolve a discrepancy in the number of discovery items per defendant. It is still different, and that just takes time under obviously fairness and due process to go through and find out why they're different.
Yeah. And what it is, Your Honor, just on the mechanics of uploading information to 3 different cases simultaneously, my inspection with my tech people as late as this morning before docket, it's all there, but 2 of the 3 cases kind of have duplicates or triplicates of the same thing. So it's not missing, it's just what's the one good copy that I got. It does create a volume, I will acknowledge that, for 2 of the 3, but it's everything I know it's been shared in abundance.
Okay. All right, we're going to come back on April 29th on that date. I'm going to expect everyone to be prepared to sign off on discovery and state you'll need to tender an offer.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Is
Judge.
there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
But in this particular case, the DA says that the evidence shows these charges are warranted without reasonable doubt. Let's flash back to June, that is, of this year, June 23rd. Police say they received a call about a woman destroying a fire alarm at an apartment off of Old Pearsall Road. Now, police reportedly attempted to put her into a patrol car, but she ran into her apartment. Now, body camera video shows that an officer entered the woman's patio and attempted to gain entry through a window. In that video, you can hear the officer telling Melissa Perez, "You're going to get shot." Now, police say about 20 minutes later, Perez swung a hammer which hit the window, resulting in an officer shooting into her apartment. When Perez swung a second time, all 3 officers fired their guns and killed her, that video shows. Now, after reviewing the footage, SAPD, they filed charges against all 3 officers, but after the district attorney reviewed that evidence, those charges have now changed. Today, a grand jury indicted 2 of the officers on murder charges and the 3rd officer on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So let's just recap those charges. Sergeant Alfred Flores and Officer Eleazar Alejandro, both facing charges of first-degree murder, manslaughter, deadly conduct, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Officer Nathaniel Villalobos, he's being charged with deadly conduct and aggravated assault. Now, all 3 have been terminated from SAPD, and we're told that they've all lawyered up. We're just waiting to hear more about when this case is expected to go to trial. For now, reporting live downtown, Hannah Tita, KENS 5.
Be prepared to sign off on discovery and state you'll need to tender an offer.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Is
Judge.
there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray. Never blowing smoke when she gets pissed. She's quick to castrate. Love her on a good day, love her on a bad day. Either way, she's here to stay, stay, stay. Call up only